So in my previous video, I spoke on this creature. This creature who has a weird obsession with little kids and wanting them to transition. Now, this is not political. If you think kids and their safety is political, then you can just get off of my page. I don't want you on here. But people like this person right here, this beast who prey on kids, no respect for them. Like I said in my previous video, I respect trans people. I even respect trans people who might believe in trans kids. But this person I don't respect. And you can watch my previous video to find out why. But I don't want to talk about him anymore. I want to talk about this lovely individual, Miss Prisha. Again, she can correct me if I'm wrong. Always willing to be corrected. But this is where my brain gets confused with detransitioners, because when I first meet them, I don't know if they were female to male or male to female, and that's where the gray areas and the confusion comes in. So I'm happy to accept whatever correction she gives me, but the way that she presents, I'm calling her a she. But I want to speak on her. I want to look into her Twitter page. This is my first time doing any sort of looking into her Twitter page outside of the very little bit that I showed in my previous video. So, um, oh, she retweeted me. I appreciate her so freaking much. But she seems like a very nice person. Now, first thing to look at is she is a 25-year-old detrans person. That's why it's very confusing to me. She doesn't say whether she's male, female, female, male. That's my confusion. So I'm pretty sure she'll understand. She seems like a very nice person. I've spoken to her in private. Seems like a very decent human being. But she makes this post. A bold claim to make all detransitioners who testify are lying. What's more likely that vulnerable children and adults who were harmed by the medical community and speaking out, or the same group is spending their own time and money to ban practices that didn't harm them just for funsies? If you have to accuse victims of your ideology of lying because what they're reporting is that bad, maybe it's an issue with the ideology, actually. And she's right. Because it goes back to Rebecca. We're not going to spend time on Rebecca, but it goes back to Rebecca, who said every time you testify on anti-trans legislation, blah 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 blah. You can see that post for yourself. I think I also talked about it on my last video because, as you can see, there I am. I'm positive I talked about it. But Miss Prisha, Miss Prisha seems like the type of individual who really wants people to understand the dangers that transitioning can bring. Again, I don't think she's against actual trans people who have dysphoria and stuff. I can't speak on her behalf, but I don't think she is, just like I'm not. But it seems like she's just the type of person who wants people to really be aware of their decisions. Like right here. What's the price of egg extraction from a female child? How much is storage per year if the child starts at 12 and wants babies at 25? How much has been spent in storage? How much has been spent in storage? How much more will she have to pay for fertilization and implantation of her own eggs? Does insurance cover this? No. And she shows these screenshots pointing out her proof. Again, pause to read at your own risk. That's all I'm saying. And it goes back to Rebecca, again, because they've been having a back and forth. And Rebecca says, they are not sterile as children. No, we are not talking about adults, are we? It is because they are not sterile. They can bank gametes. Like Rebecca's just disgusting. Rebecca's disgusting. And it all goes back to her or him. Sorry. I only said her because the name. But I read this post in my last video. Read it in my last video. You can see me read it in the last video, and that's where this all stems from. And it's funny that Rebecca says that Prisha is demented. But then Rebecca also says, you of all people should know that you cannot, quote unquote, trans someone. Gender dysphoria is innate, not installed. So, no, not to be trans. That is the fiction. Who would even be grooming people and why? Well, people like you are grooming people, Rebecca. You are. Because you're so freaking. I did not see these posts. It's not about her. But gender dysphoria. But Prisha says gender dysphoria is innate. Telling a child that is caused by being born in the wrong body is pseudoscientific and religious belief. It's not innate or factual. And Rebecca says there's no way that you can know this to be true or false. Who is telling kids that? Trans kids figure out who they are on their own. They can tell us who they are. And if born in the wrong body is how they understand themselves, who are you to be wrong? And like, that's just some messed up crap. But let's go back to Prisha. I'm so sorry. It's just Rebecca pisses me off. Prisha seems like an individual who just wants to protect kids and wants people to know the dangers that can come with transitioning when you have no signs of gender dysphoria whatsoever. I really respect Prisha. I really do. Prisha comes off to me as an individual who has integrity, who has smarts, who has brains, and will do whatever they can to protect children. Like this. I was informed of some books out of Israel written for children about gender dysphoria. The books are available in several languages. What makes a dog a dog? I don't know if she's supporting this. I don't think she is. Because, like, if this is just simply explaining to kids the basics of gender dysphoria and what they might be feeling, I'm okay with that. But I don't know what's in the book. I don't know what's in the book. But I don't think she's promoting anything that would harm kids. Because she posted this. I don't think she's promoting anything that would harm kids because she's so adamant against trans kids. I'm an adult who doesn't hold childish beliefs. I no longer suffer from fantastical feelings. Agreeing with a child who says their body is wrong is simply evil. That's truly cruel and evil. Even disabled children aren't, quote, born in the wrong body. And it's disrespectful to such children for healthy ones to make such claims. A physically healthy child who believes their body is wrong has a mental health condition. Agreeing to harm their bodies to solve this is pure evil. And this is why I'm so glad I found Miss Prisha. This right here, I know this video has been an all-over mess. It's been an all-over mess, and I get that.